I came up and crewed for Fergie last year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been crewing for him off and on for about 7 or 8 years. That's how.
Rick, tell me again how you got into the flying balloons.
Well, I came out and started crewing for a friend of mine about 8 years ago. And then about 3 years ago, I mentioned to a good friend of mine who had been a pilot and had sort of retired from flying, and said I'd always wanted to learn to fly a balloon. And he said, well, if you can get hold of a balloon, I'll teach you how to fly. So he was a commercial pilot. And so anyway, my son happened to have a friend. My son's a pilot in the Air Force, and he has a friend who's also a pilot in the Air Force who had a balloon. And my son called his friend Pete up and said, Pete, my dad wants to learn to fly a balloon. Would you loan him your balloon? And Pete said, yeah, I'd be glad to. Anyway, that's how I got into it, and I flew that balloon for a little while, and then I was able to buy this balloon. I found it online and bought it about two years ago, and finished my training up. Or you never finish training, but I finished up the formal part of the training in November and took my practical test and got my private pilot's license. So.
What brought you to Raton again?
I was up here crewing for, like I said, a friend of mine last year, and enjoyed the rally. And it's a nice size rally. It's very friendly. And get up here in the mountains for the 4th of July, get out of the heat of Albuquerque, and I thought, well, when I start flying my own balloon, this is one of the rallies I'd like to attend. And it's a nice area. You got a lot of open area here. You're not flying over the city much, so that's why I like it here.